So today we're talking about a case that has gripped the nation for a long time, and it has really drawn a line in the sand between people as to whether they think, this person was guilty or not guilty. So the person we're talking about today is Scott Peterson. Why are we talking about him, you might be wondering? Well, stay tuned and I'll tell you. Because his sentencing was just overturned. I have not paid attention to Scott Peterson in a hot minute, and when I saw this headline come up, I was like, what? So the California Supreme Court has tossed out what we're going to call his end-of-life sentence. And they threw that out and they ordered a new penalty phase trial to take place. Do not worry, this did not overturn, the guilt aspect. They still are like, no, guilty. It's just a matter of how he's going to be punished for the guilt at this point. Now, the court also said, look, the prosecutors can pursue the same end-of-life type of sentence if they choose to. Now, his trial lawyer from before was like, I don't think they'll try and do that. And I personally don't think they'll try and do that, but we'll see. So now, in response as to why they did this is what they had to say. They said that the trial judge made a series of clear and significant errors in jury selection that, under long-standing United States Supreme Court precedent, undermined Peterson's right to an impartial jury at the penalty phase. The Supreme Court also agreed with his argument that potential jurors were improperly dismissed from the jury pool after saying they personally disagreed with the death penalty, but would be willing to follow the law and impose it. Now, y'all, Scott has been in San Quentin, in the area where those condemned people are kept, for 15 years. Can you imagine? Now remember, Scott has always maintained his innocence in regards to what happened to Lacey. And he says, look, whatever happened to her took place after he left that morning, December 24th, to go fishing. And he still stands by this to this day. Peterson's attorney cited several reasons why he didn't get a fair trial and why he should get a new one. So some of those were the overwhelming publicity that the trial received. Let's be honest, it was major. Incorrect evidentiary hearings. Now, he also said that all the prospective jurors, before they even heard one word from one witness, were all like, guilty. And he also brought up that now infamous billboard, I think we all remember, where the radio station asked people to call in and weigh in on whether Scott is a man or a monster. Now, his attorney also said, look, not only was he convicted of this, but he was also, sentenced for his life to be ended over it. And Peterson's attorney is saying, you know what, the state never even proved the how, when, or where. All that being said, here's the clincher. March 2019, executions in the state of California came to a grinding halt. There was an official moratorium put in by executive order by Gavin Newsom, the governor. And basically all that is like a suspension of an activity or law, and that's like a technical term for it, but that's him saying, we're not continuing with this. Now, Governor Newsom has been a long-time opponent of the end-of-life sentence. Now, Governor Newsom has been a long-time opponent of capital punishment. Some of the key points why he's against this are the high cost, racial disparities, wrongful convictions, and then he questions, does society really have the right to take someone else's life away? Now, he was also quoted as saying this: I cannot sign off on executing hundreds and hundreds of human beings, knowing that among them will be innocent human beings. Now, essentially, this moratorium that he put into effect does three things. It granted reprieve to the inmates that were currently serving out that sentence. Now, it didn't take it away, but it just took the option off the table for a while. Now, it also closed that chamber over at San Quentin. And it also withdrew the state's lethal injection protocol. So even if this had been approved, he wasn't heading to old Sparky anytime soon. Now, also of interest was what his sister had to say about this. Her name is Annie Bird, and she was like, you know what? Nope, he is right where he belongs. Now, she is also not for the end-of-life sentence, but she was like, you know what? I do agree that some things took place in his trial and his case that really shouldn't have, in regards to the legal part. She agreed with his attorney in regards to, look, he he didn't get a fair trial. But outside that, she was like, he can stay right in there and rot for all I care. And she even made note, look, I lost my sister-in-law and my unborn nephew. He can sit in there for the rest of his life. So there you have it. We're going to see what happens. Y'all already know when the penalty phase comes back up again, we are going to be all over that. Now, if you want to hear more of my commentary on other cases or ones like this, just click the videos that are popping up over here. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.